science fiction, and I liked pleasure and pain. And so
Yeah.
I was friendly with the A&R staff over at Chrysalis, Roger Watson and Jeff Aldrich. And I mentioned that I'd really like to work with the Divinyls. And so Tom and I went together to hear the Divinyls perform. And then we talked and decided to try writing something together.
Okay. So from their self-titled album, which song did you write first together?
Well, the first song we wrote, it was just Tom and me and Chrissy. And we wrote a song called Like a Cat. And the Divinyls never recorded it, but it was recorded by Cyndi Lauper.
Oh. Wow, okay.
Yeah. And then the next time, because the Divinyls lived in Australia, it wasn't always so easy to get together. It wasn't so easy to get together. So
right.
The next time they came into town, we planned to write something. And I met Chrissy at a, what would you call it? Like kind of like some kind of coffee house bar kind of place. And I had a lot of lyrics in notebooks. And I thought it would jumpstart the process if I just met with her and showed her all my ideas, and then she could pick one, and then we would get together with Mark and Tom to write the song together. So I met Chrissy at this place. I think it was called The Cat and Fiddle or something like that in Hollywood. And I showed her lyrics. And the one I was the most enthusiastic about was the one that she also liked the best. And that was I Touch Myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the opening line of that song, I love myself, I want you to love me, is just, it catches your attention more so than a normal love song would.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of my favorite verses.
And then
There's
that same album,
there's something about that song where the verse has got such a strong melody that it feels like a chorus. Because a lot of times when people try to sing that song for me, they go, I touch myself, and I say to them, oh, it never does that. That never happens. Because that's the verse melody, but with the title in it. Because when people think of the song, they think of the verse melody more than they do the chorus melody.
Yeah. And then on that same album, I'm on Your Side. That's a really beautiful song.
Yeah, that one Tom and I wrote, just the two of us, and we presented it to the Divinyls because we sort of tried to custom write it for them. And when Tom sang the demo, he sang the demo kind of almost imitating Chrissy. and it seemed like a perfect song for
Oh.
them.
Yeah.
We were happy when they decided
And
to.
then on yeah. And then on their final album, Underworld, I know that wasn't released in the US, but yeah, I'm Jealous. That's amazing breakup song. I know that it was on it appeared in the US on the soundtrack to Melrose Place.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I love that song.
Yeah.
I really like that song.
Do you since you and Tom wrote that with her, do you specifically remember uh like who came up if it was either you or her that came up with the certain lyrics? Because there's
I
the
wrote
one part where
all of the lyrics.
oh, okay, so she helped with the composition of the music then.
She would have helped with the melody. Tom and I
Oh, okay.
were a strong songwriting team. So,
Yeah.
you know, I would have written the lyrics and Tom would have written the chords and most of the melodies, and we would have benefited from having Chrissy in the room to sing it and to add some personal touches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that line. In my heart, there's a bloody tear.
Yeah. I like a lot of the lines in that song. I like it when it says, I'm liable to do anything. I might kick her face in.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
That's very
And I
yeah.
also like it.
And then you
What she got that I don't. She do that I won't.
yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah.
It really
The entire song is just
it kept thoroughly. Mm-hmm.
then on the same album, uh, you guys wrote For a Good Time.
Yeah, that's a good one too. It's kind of a bluesy song.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah, it seems as though all four songs that you guys wrote for the Divinyls are all equally really strong songs.
I wouldn't say equally.
Oh,
But I think I touched myself. That's it's kind of hard to say. It's a famous hit, and the other song.
yeah. Well, I mean the other three songs I know were hits in Australia and in some other countries.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a big picture song, you know, that one. That was kind of groundbreaking in its own way. People love that song because it's so racy and kind of people think it's funny.
Yeah.
I don't think it's funny, but I think it's a great song, and it took us a long time.
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear me. Oh,
I can now.
oh. Did you not hear
Uh,
what I was saying?
no. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Are you on your phone? Like, are you doing this on your phone?
No, I'm on a laptop computer.
Oh, yeah, I thought there must have been something where your microphone was blipping out because yeah, I didn't hear what you were saying until now.
All right. Well, do you want me to say it again?
Uh, if it was it, were you talking about I touched myself specifically, or
Yeah.
was it? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, if you don't.
I'll touch myself.
Okay, yeah, if you don't mind recounting that, please.
What's the last thing you heard me say?
Oh, it was you were talking about how people like that song because they think it's funny and it's like a racy song, and that's why you like that song. And
All right. Well, I'll tell you what I was saying about it.
okay,
When we wrote the song, I Touched Myself, we wrote these different sections. There's the verse, and then
yeah,
it's followed up with the chorus. I don't want anybody else but the chorus. And then
yeah,
in most songs that you would hear after the first chorus, you would go back and do a second verse. But we
yeah,
didn't do that. We went right to the bridge after the first chorus. And the bridge is the section that goes, "You're the one who makes me come running." So the song has an unusual structure because it's going verse, chorus,
yeah,
bridge instead of verse, chorus, bridge.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I guess I didn't really think about that until you were talking about it right now.
yeah. I mean, it's
Were there any other?
what would you call that?
Were any other? Oh,
What would you call the section when it says "You're the one who makes me come running"? What would that be to you? Would you call that a bridge or a middle eight, or did you think of that as the part of the chorus, or what was that in your mind?
no, yeah, I didn't think it was part of the chorus. I thought it was. Yeah, I'd say it's the bridge too.
Yeah, so it's an unusual structure the song has. That's my point.
Yeah. I was about to ask, were any of the four songs that you wrote for the Divinyls, were they ever offered to anybody else?
No, because they were well, the one like a cat that the Divinyls decided not to record it, and so we gave it to Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
But the other four, we never offered them to anybody else because they were, well, three of them were written with the Divinyls, so we wouldn't quite give them to anybody else. And the other was "I'm on Your Side," and we kind of wrote it for the Divinyls.
Yeah.
But we
And
had a.
then
Go ahead. What?
oh no, you can say what you were gonna say.
Well, we wrote other songs together. They just never got recorded. Um, I have them on demos.
Oh,
Uh, two or three other songs. This never got recorded.
Oh, just demos, as in you and Tom made demos for them?
No, they're songs that we wrote, Chrissy or Mark.
Oh,
And so we would have demoed them with Chrissy singing and Mark playing. So they really are like Divinyls demo.
oh,
Yeah, it's not just a Steinberg Kelly demo. It's a Divinyls demo that,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be amazing to hear other unreleased music from that period.
Yeah, there's a couple good songs that never got released, never got recorded for their records. You know, I was very close friends with Chrissy, and I remain very close friends with Mark. I don't know if you ever heard it, but Mark was in Los Angeles maybe 2 years ago, and we recorded together a version of I Touched Myself with a singer by the name of Lauren Ruth Ward. And she made a video of it. And if you go on YouTube and you look up Lauren Ruth Ward, I Touch Myself, you'll see the video.
Okay.
And I'm in the video briefly, but Mark plays guitar on it, so he's extensively in the video. And Mark liked her so much that he invited her to come to Australia and do a tour with her singing lead as the replacement for Chrissy. It never happened, but it almost did. They almost did it.
Wow.
But I communicate regularly with Mark. He lives in Perth in Australia.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. I'll definitely look that up. Yeah, I've always thought that he was a really underrated guitar player, especially in their later albums. It's really this dark, grungy style of playing that really adds to those songs.
I think Mark McEntee is very unguitarist. I would liken him to sort of Keith Richards. He's got that melodic style of playing great rhythm guitar. I think of the Divinyls.
I couldn't hear that again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I just said I think of the Divinyls sort of being like Rolling Stones, but with Chrissy being like Mick Jagger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess there were some general questions that I wanted to ask from last time. Uh, were there any artists that you and Tom really wanted to write a song for that never ended up recording one of your songs?
Well, so first thing that comes to mind is we had a great success, of course, with Like a Virgin and Madonna. And so we hoped that we could write some songs with her.
Yeah.
But whenever we asked if she wanted to write a song with us, she was never receptive to it. So we only had the chance to do that one song that we wrote for her, but we would have liked to have worked with her.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine that would have worked out really well because I've seen that video several times of you and Tom at a performance back then, like telling the story of when you met her and all that.
Oh, yeah. That was a funny story. I don't want to tell it again, though.
Yeah. So is Madonna the primary person you think of when artists that?
You know, Tom and I had a great run in the 80s and the early 90s, and we got to work with the Divinyls and the Pretenders and the Bangles and Hearts.
Yeah.
And we even got to work with one of our childhood heroes, Roy Orbison, when he recorded I Drove All Night, and he sang the vocal in Tom's living room, which was a dream come true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that would have been incredible to witness.
Yeah. Yeah. So you like the Divinyls?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, Chrissy's voice is so unique, and the songs are more original than I think a lot of stuff that was coming out at that time.
Yeah, you know, I told you I used to be, well, I still am very friendly with a guy who used to work. He really felt the label failed with the Divinyls because the Divinyls should have been their biggest act.
Yeah.
The Divinyls never had a hit in the United States until they signed with Virgin, and that was the label that released "I Touch Myself," which was really their only big hit in America.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Song, "Pleasure and Pain."
Yeah, yeah, I like that song.
Yeah, I like that one.
Well, I was gonna say in response to artists that didn't get to sing, or artists that would have been good to sing you and Tom's songs. I could have seen like George Michael, Michael Bolton, people like that really handling your songs well if given the chance.
Yeah, I think George Michael wrote some of his own songs.
Yeah. Or even a heavier rocking person like Benny Mardones. It would have been really cool to hear you guys write something with him.
Tom and I wrote a song called "Sex as a Weapon." Sex as a Weapon. And Pat Benatar recorded it, but the lyric really comes from the point of view of a guy saying to a woman, "Stop using sex as a weapon." It should have been sung male, and it would have been I think it would have been a massive hit for Bon Jovi or Aerosmith.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
This is kind of a funny comment, but are you aware of the TV show from 1984, Dreams?
Yeah, I think Tom and I did a little work on that show.
Yeah, because uh, John Stamos and Valerie Stevenson, they did their own covers of Kiss Me Red and Alone.
Well, they weren't really covers because
Oh yeah.
they did them before. They did Alone before Heart, but I mean, nobody ever heard that version really.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
even know that? How do you even know that?
Oh, because they Dreams Columbia Records put the soundtrack out.
Oh,
Surprisingly.
well, Heart really did the definitive version of Alone. It's a great record.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, one of those particular songs that we talked about last time that you didn't think was anything special, even though Tina Turner did it, was "Keep Your Hands Off My Baby."
Yeah, I don't think that's a very special song at all. Don't
Were
bring.
you?
Why do you want to talk about that song? Talk about a good song.
Well,
Tina Turner did a song of ours called "Look Me in the Heart," and I love that song. Let's
yeah.
talk about. Better to
Okay.
talk about a good song than a bad song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering specifically with her if there were a lot of different songs that you guys offered to her, or however that worked, since she has a phenomenal voice, obviously.
Yeah, I'm sure we submitted different songs for Tina Turner, but we were very happy with "Look Me in the Heart." I wish it had been a big hit, but uh, it's a really great song, and she did it well too. Do you know it?
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a really big fan of her rock period. I think that she did that so well, and not many people really know about it. They just know the big '80s songs that she did.
I like her songs like "It's Gonna Work Out Fine" and "A Fool in Love." Those are great songs.
Yeah, and then I know another song that you mentioned last time liking a lot was "The River Cried," Patti Smyth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a song. That's a song that Tom and I hoped would be a hit single, and it was never released as a single. We were disappointed about that.
Was she also an artist that you remember at all offering songs to, or was it just that one time?
Well, it's an unusual story how that song got to Patti Smyth. Patty's actually a friend of mine, but I didn't
Oh,
submit the song to her. What
oh,
happened was Tom and I submitted "The River Cried" to Cyndi Lauper.
oh,
And then, but we didn't know Cyndi at the time. It was before True Colors, I think.
okay.
And so we sent the song to a guy named Rick Chertoff. Rick Chertoff produced the first Cyndi Lauper album. But what we didn't know
Yeah.
was that Rick Chertoff was not going to be producing the second Cyndi Lauper album. And so Rick Chertoff got "The River Cried," but then also Cyndi Lauper's manager got "The River Cried," and then they both wanted to record it. And they were both on
Oh,
Columbia. And
yeah.
somehow the company decided that Rick Chertoff would produce "The River Cried" for Patti Smyth, and that Cyndi
Okay.
Lauper would not get that song. And so that's what happened there.
Okay. That's an interesting story.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going off of Cyndi for a sec. I was curious. Did you ever meet her when she was with Blue Angel, like that period?
No,
No.
I never met Cyndi until after True Colors was a hit.
Oh, okay.
We didn't work on True Colors with Cyndi. We just sent it to her and she recorded it. And after it was a hit, then Tom and I got to know Cyndi. We went to New York. We wrote songs with her. We gave her the song "I Drove All Night," and she did a
Yeah.
recording of it.
Yeah. Let's see. When I'm going over.
I've got
Oh,
about 5 more minutes. Okay. Okay.
oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. The one last song I wanted to touch back on that I remember you said that you liked a lot too was "In the Darkness." I listened to France Jolie's. I think she was the first person to record it.
You know, the best version of "In the Darkness" is our demo. A few people recorded it. We hoped that Madonna would record it. We kind of wrote it for Madonna.
Oh.
And
Oh.
I'll send you the demo. It's better than any version that came out by anybody.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would love to hear that.
If you remind me on Thursday, I'll send you the demo for "In the Darkness" and you can hear it. It's really cool.
Okay. Yeah, going off there's one thing about demos. Your demo, you and Tom's demo for "So Emotional" actually got unearthed and uploaded onto YouTube.
Ah, cool. Yeah, it sounds. We were kind of trying to sound like Prince in on the demo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a really it works really well. Just if you guys would release it as a single, I think it would have still been a hit to some degree, in my opinion.
Well, your opinion is worthwhile, but I would rather have Whitney Houston do it. That's a songwriter's
Yeah,
dream. A songwriter's dream is to have Whitney Houston, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, Roy Orbison, artists like that, Celine Dion. When you can have singers like that sing your songs, that's how you. If you write a great song and they record it well, then you have something that lasts.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't know about that? I'll have to send you the link to it.
No, well, I believe you. I know what it sounds like.
Oh, okay. I just I was surprised to see it because there's I occasionally check YouTube for if if your guys' demos are uploaded, like secret ones. And I was surprised to see that.
Yeah, interesting. Well, Chris, I'm sorry, I have to go
Oh, well,
now.
thank you for willing to do this again. It was really
Okay, nice to talk to you.
really fun for me.
Okay, goodbye, Chris.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.